What's up, everyone? Welcome to the 28th episode of Trench Talk. My name is Anonymous22, my two usual co-hosts, LTR and NRV. NRV, how are you doing today?
Doing great, brother. Another week. Just researching like crazy. I tweeted about this, but I think like it's pretty obvious to people that the decentralized or like the DF AI type coins have like had a ton of attention. Like a lot of these have just been exploding. And I'm trying to like kind of predict like where things go next. I think a lot of those type of platforms can do tons of different things, whether it's like bridging, swapping, agents that some have agents that can like launch coins, but I don't know that they're going to necessarily do it in mass. So I'm like looking forward to when we see like millions of agents on chain that are trading and launching coins, because I think that's going to happen a lot sooner than people are expecting. So yeah, I'm just researching, man. I'm good.
Bro hit a cook and turned into an institutional AI investor. Goals. But
I'm taking calls now. I'm like, motherfucker, you were just giving me whitelist spots for an NFT project like 6 months ago.
Slow down.
Like, chill out a little bit, you know?
LTR, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. Can't complain. It's been a really good market. I kind of mirror the same thoughts as NRV. I would say I'm just kind of getting a little tired of all the agents. Like, I think it's like, okay, cool, another Twitter agent that posts stuff about the market. You know, I'm like, okay, cool. I think I want to see some innovation, and I think that's just set to come, right? Like, I think like NRV was mentioning, there's a lot of cool projects and teams launching, and they're doing some cool stuff. So I'm excited to see what comes about, really, because like I'm not an AI person super heavily, so I don't know the full capabilities of like AGI and all this stuff that's being thrown around. But I mean, we'll see.
Hopefully a bully. That's all we want. Then we have a very... Lordy. We have a very special guest this week. Honestly, with this track record, we probably should have been just having him host the show today. But Farokh, how are you doing, sir?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Glad to have you, man, for sure. When LTR told me that you accepted coming on, I was like, for real? You sure?
Yeah, dude. I seen LTR in like so many like chats here and there, and I'm like, yo, who's this guy with this dog PFP? Always stood out. Now I know.
Yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
Like, Anon's just shitting on me here. Like, thank you.
Who's this fucking LTR guy? Shit.
Yeah, how'd this nobody get Farokh on? What the fuck? Like, who the heck is this kid?
I mean, it's better than me. I'm just literally sitting on Telegram all day. But anyways, no, but for real, Farokh, thank you for coming on. I mean, I guess I feel like we really don't have to ask this. I feel like most people know who you are, but would you be interested kind of giving just like a quick little rundown background about yourself, just for anyone who doesn't know who you are can know who you are?
Yeah, sure. Happy to. More than happy to. So my name is Farokh Sarmad. I'm just, another 30-year-old degen around here, founder of Rug Radio, which then, became, founder of Rug Radio, which then, we merged with Decrypt, and we now president of the parent company, Dastan. So we own Rug Radio, Decrypt Media, Degens, Finance, Lucky Trader, and now Myriad Markets, our flagship product.
Love it. Love to hear it, man. Well, I guess we need to start on is I guess we got to just go back. Well, I guess we could start with the AI, or honestly, the past couple of days, just stuff within Trump has just been very, very interesting, with the announcing. I don't even know where, like, these announcements are coming from. Like, I literally woke up overnight and homie was talking about buying Solana and XRP for the government. I was just completely lost. And I was wondering, if anyone wanted to share their thoughts on it, because I think it's just like super bullish. Just Trump, just kind of I feel like Trump's with us.
I think he just wants to see U.S. hegemony. Really, like I think that's his major goal. I don't think he cares much about like the coins actually like, or what the coins do, what they are, and I don't really think he cares that much about crypto. But I don't think he wants to. I think we were seeing a trend where the U.S. was becoming so hard to be like crypto native in. Every other country, people are expatriating, going to Dubai, going to Singapore. Everyone's leaving, right? Because it's like, oh, I want to be part of crypto, and it's just really hard in the U.S. So I think he's just trying to change that. I mean, he's a patriot, right? Like, say what you want about him, but I think he wants the U.S. to dominate in everything, and I think that's just kind of what he's trying to do. So it'll be interesting to see. I think we're going to see a lot of scams and grifts now that are just like, yeah, we're an American-made token, kind of like manufactured in the USA. It'll be interesting to see how that propagates.
I agree with that. Honestly, I think, listen, as someone that's part of the 51st state of the United States and the future governor of Canada, hopefully, I think Trump just wants to see USA win, man, and that's what you want. Like, imagine having a coach of your fucking basketball team, and you kind of want that coach to. What do you want that coach to do? Like your team, or just help the others? So can't blame him.
Pump my fucking bags. That's what it comes down to.
Hell yeah, dude. We all know.
We talked about this like briefly on the last pod, but like I think that there's just like really good sentiment around crypto right now with the new administration coming in. Not just crypto, but also AI, and you have guys like Mark Andreessen and other like big tech people that are just super excited right now with the new administration coming in because it's just wildly different. And I think that there's like a massive importance to like have America be more of a leader in crypto and be the leader in artificial intelligence, because you had a lot of people that were building cool stuff in both spaces for a long time that would leave America and build businesses elsewhere just because they couldn't do it here. So maybe Trump is like signaling pro crypto, pro everything. I mean, it's after he's already won the election. I think it's just really healthy for the market in general. And Farokh, by the way, I want to say the interview that you did with him for World Liberty, I thought it was fantastic. You did a killer job. You were very prepared, and yeah, you impressed me during that, man.
Thank you so much. It means a lot. Honestly, it was super cool. Obviously, experience of my life, and just can't wait to see if I can get another one this time at the Oval Office.
You will for sure. I think. Because I think you're a voice of a lot of CT people, which I think is really cool, and I think you're a good one at that. Like, no offense to some of the other media guys on Twitter, I'm not going to name names here. One of them is named after a Nintendo video game character, but I think you do a really good job, and I think you present yourself really well, which I think is important, especially because like you represent a lot of people. I think by proxy.
I appreciate that. Honestly, I had so much. I'm not gonna lie. So even my team, so my producer on Filmar Morning Show, and so he's the VP of Media at Rug Radio. He was like, "Dude, I never seen you stressed in your life," and I've hosted like 1,000 shows with him. And he was like, "But you look like you were like just so stressed." And I was like, if you look at the interview, like my foot was shaking like crazy. I can't cut that, but I felt like I was like, back to your point, like take it as you will and wish, but whatever. But like I felt like I was kind of like bringing the whole space with me there.
I think you were for sure.
At Mar-a-Lago, like I had the whole industry kind of like on my back, whether they were happy about me being up there or not, doesn't matter to me. Like it was like, I just felt like I had to do right by us, Yeah,
I think you did. And I think regardless of where people's sentiment on you was before that, I think you probably changed a lot of people's minds about you going through that interview.
Yeah.
I've heard it directly from people afterwards. They're like, wow, he actually did a really, really good job for the whole community, the whole space.
Yeah, no, I agree. Speaking of American stuff, though, I know one specific thing we wanted to dive into was abstract on this podcast, just because me and Anon were talking about it. I know you're pretty big on it. I think Myriad, your project, is also integrating there, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Wanted to hear your thoughts on abstract, because like I think it has the chance to be the normie chain, and I mean that in a good way. And then it's also like an American chain, right? Like I think it kind of plays into the U.S. narrative. I mean, Luca Nets, etc. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, abstract is really exciting. I mean, you catch me at a good time, and I think what you said, you're posting this in 3 days, something like that. So
yes, sir.
It's abstract mainnet soon. We're on there. We a lot of people obviously want us to come and build on their L1s, L2s, etc. Like as you know, like obviously we have a big distribution model, and a lot of these like L2s and stuff are already clients of ours, right? At Decrypt and Rug. So it's like, it was a really tough choice, and the reason why I decided to do that is first of all, like I have a personal relationship with Luca, as you may know. Like he's a good friend of mine. I've known him before. Like I've known of, and Luca has known of me back and forth for like 8 to 10 years. We were in the same game back in the days on social media, just doing our thing, grinding and shit. He was on the buy side of ads, and I was on the sell side. And And then, we met again in the space, which was super cool. And obviously I love Abstract. I think that Luca, if anyone is really good at this proliferation of a brand, he's obsessed with saying proliferation of Pudgy Penguins, right? If you listen to him carefully. And this is something I'm obsessed with as well. Like, I'm trying to put Rug Radio fucking anywhere. I put Rug Radio on a Donald Trump video on Donald Trump's page. You know what I mean? Like, this is like my obsession, right? And so he gets media, and I think Abstract wants to build something cool now. We'll see what happens with the launch. But for me, I think that for what we're trying to launch with Myriad Markets, like, it made perfect sense to partner with these guys.
Yeah, I think it's a huge competitor to Base, honestly. And I think what you mentioned about Luca being very strong on the media side is something that Base just doesn't have right now. I think Base has incredible developers, and there's some really cool devs building cool shit on there. But, like, man, I feel like they've fumbled the bag so many times, just like marketing side, just with certain things and certain PR. But I think Luca Nets really has that handled down. So I think I'm excited to see how Abstract proliferates, like you said, their chain, and where it goes from there. And I think it's a win-win. Like, I mean, so many people are hating on it, but it's like, man, you can just not bridge. Like, if you're hating on it, who cares? Like, you can just not bridge. I mean, it's your choice, right? Like, but ultimately, anything like that succeeding is just good for crypto in general.
100%. It's a competitor to, like, dude, like, he's putting a fucking streaming platform on that thing. Like, it could be competitor to anything we want. It could be competitor to fucking Twitch for what it's worth. You know what I mean? Like, that's the shit I'm thinking about. Like, I'm like, dude, this could compete with, like, so much more than that. And why can't an L2 try and see even if they can even compete with an L1, Like, he did the whole Solana coin. He's playing chess, dude. He dropped a fucking token on Solana, bro. And then, like, shout out Pengu, shout out to all of them. Like, obviously, like, I have my penguin still. Like, I got my aloe and stuff. It was sick. And so, and then he's bringing him back to Abstract. Like, he doesn't care, right? Like, that's the best part, and that's how we approach everything.
Yeah, so I haven't used Myriad before. It's like a betting platform. Like, do you want to give like a really high level rundown of what Myriad does?
Yeah, I mean, look, Myriad is a prediction market, but it's more than that. So it's a prediction market that has integrated questing as well. So what we're trying to prove with Myriad is that, you want people to consume the news, right? So people consume news where? On Decrypt. So Decrypt, you guys probably familiar with it, right? And so it's like the second largest news site in all of crypto. Actually, yep. We're actually gunning for number one this year in terms of numbers. So we do about 50 million traffic, 50 million visits per year, 20 million unique individuals. We're talking like 300,000 hours spent on the website, decrypt.co, consuming media, right? And it's proper media too, right? It's like really good stuff. And at the same time, we can offer them the option to place, their predictions, right? And to not only put the money where their mouth is, kind of like Polymarket, Kalshi, et cetera, but also stake their reputation on chain, because all our predictions are on chain, right? Like all of Myriad Market right now, like you can see in the RB scan, there's been like 522,000 transfers and like 28,000 point holders, which is sick, in just a month. But soon it'll be an Abstract, and so basically you're able to not only consume news, earn to do so, right, in the form of points, and then you're able to use those points to predict and put your opinion in. I think AIXBT said Myriad is. He was talking about Myriad. It was something like something around the lines like billions will trade opinions, and I love that, right? But then the bigger picture here for Myriad is that it's a prediction market front with a questing tool, but in the back it really can just become a huge infrastructure for media companies to adopt a token model, right? So obviously, like the whole thing is tokenized, will be tokenized, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And so you could have a Web2 company that doesn't want to do something like that, but wants to not only up their revenue, because media revenues are extremely hard. It's very, very hard business to very, very hard business to run and to monetize. But also they can now have this new business model, which is prediction markets, and get something back on the volume of it, and therefore also bring them more eyes and more attention and some more ad space on that. So there's a whole infrastructure being built behind Myriad to allow media companies inside and outside of crypto. Obviously, you're going to see like a bunch of partnerships roll out over the year to be adopted on.
Yeah, I think having it on chain is like a really important factor, because you have the other markets like Polymarket and whatnot that are not on chain. So like I think to be able to like track things a bit more transparently is definitely unique and attractive. It's interesting to me.
Yeah. I really love just kind of like the thought process behind it as well. Like I think something needs to kind of help bridge of Web 2 to Web 3, and I think we've tried like a multitude of different things, and I wouldn't really say like something's really stuck, but I do think like prediction markets is a pretty good one. I think it relates a lot to just like sports betting and just normal day things that you can kind of gamble on. So I'm really pretty bullish on like speculative markets.
Yeah, I mean, like I've said this before on the podcast, but I'd love to repeat it. Like, man, I'm in university. Like, I'm in a college in America, man. These frat guys, these people making minimum wage, you know, poor college students, ramen. They're still gambling their like paychecks on fucking LeBron James parlays. Like, gambling is so desensitized in U.S. culture right now to the point where I think onboarding is just even easier. Like, I mean, like, why would I gamble on LeBron James parlay and maybe make a 5x when, you know, I could buy farokh, make like a 1 million X. Like, I mean, like, just like stuff like that. Like, I totally see people getting onboarded, like, because it's not complex anymore. There's not as much. I mean, the AI stuff can be complex, but as long as you have shit like farokh, man, it's gonna be easy to onboard people. Nobody needs to read a white paper, bro. Farts are funny. Buy the coin, like.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just like, you know, what was I going to say? I lost my train of thought. I was reading something. But it's just, no one wants to, like, a normal person's like, oh, all right, someone made $1 million off $50 on farokh. That's not real. They rather just, like, want to just make money off of things that they already know, which they don't know, like crypto coins. They don't know like buying shit coins and NFTs and stuff like that. They know, you know, what's going to be the first song of the Super Bowl and stupid shit like that. So I think it's just to be a nice way to, like, you know, hopefully onboard people. And then once, you know, you drink the Kool-Aid a little bit, you know, hopefully they start coming like hawks to buy our bags.
I think that's what's really cool about Myriad being on chain too, right? It's like,
Yeah.
so you do have all these normal betting things, right? Like sports, UFC, all these stuff, movies, whatever. So it's like the normal stuff like Anon was saying, but then it's also on chain, so they get a little bit of a taste, like without knowing it, you know, they're kind of like, oh, what's this? Oh, this is on chain. What's that mean? And then I think from there it's just going to be propagated even more. And I think it being on abstract also ties into that because like Pudgies are kind of doing the same thing with like their toys, right? Like it's kind of a mirror image as far as just trying to be both Web 2 and Web 3. And I think that's truly the way. Is I think we've tried to be too much of one side or the other, and it's just not going to work that way.
100%. I totally agree. I mean, the on-chain part is really important to us. Obviously, like we're a crypto company, right? We're a crypto native company, and obviously we want to expand outside, but you can't forget your roots. And I love the fact that, you know, we can just, you know, prove to people that the media model can be tokenized, and it can be tokenized through a different way, and that's through people's opinions, and just the data that comes out of that is even better and helps us understand our content better and what we should be putting out. Like, this is literally like the most insane media flywheel I've ever thought of in my life. And like, I'm like super proud of it. It's just me. It's not just me, right? Like, we have a big team. It's like 48 employees now at our company, including myself. And so something like that, I don't even know. It's like 45 to 50, and it's across multiple brands, and, you know, it's tough. And we think that Myriad is a perfect flywheel to be able to just, you know, grow across the board at all times. And so on-chain, I think that's more degeneracy, right? It's like, hey, you know, you can be right, and then nobody will see what you said, right? But if it's on-chain, like, you gotta, you know, it's like, it's there, you know? So it adds this, like, layer of fun to it, which is great.
I think that honestly plays into what NRV was saying earlier, though. I know I've listened to a lot of Mark Andreessen on recent podcasts and whatnot, and I'm sure you can speak to this, NRV, but he's really excited about blockchain technology just for the fact that it's decentralized, right? Like, you have the signature, and I know this goes back to like what we said about NFTs, but like, truly, if we can apply this to media and to housing leases and to insurance and all this stuff that should be public in a way, like, you know, decentralized and not, like, I think distrust in media is just growing at such a fast rate, and I see that all the time, especially being at like college, man. People just don't trust news anymore. Like, they don't care, they don't trust it. You know, they'd rather get their news from TikTok or something because they feel like, oh, this person is just another 19-year-old. He's probably more right than Fox News or CNN. And so it's really interesting to see the applications of crypto in that. And I think I think it's just going to continue to grow, man. Like, I think decentralization is just truly the way for certain things, and I'm excited to see it grow, frankly.
100%.
Yeah, like the normal way is just so broken, man. Like I'll just like relate it to the elections. Like no matter who you voted for, you got fed absolute horseshit from both sides.
Yep.
Like it's just crazy, man.
Or like,
and
man, even I was just gonna say, even now, like my parents will get like the same news I get, but like 5 hours later. You know, like I'll see Twitter headlines or I'll see all these posts. This was especially going on during like the unfortunate Israel-Palestine conflict. Like, man, I would see these posts and these breaking headlines, and like I would tell my parents, and then they wouldn't find out on like the normal news until like 7 hours later. I'm like,
Crazy.
I feel like this is pretty pertinent info, you know? Like they're
Yeah.
getting like bombed right now. Like, why isn't this like breaking headlines right now on CNN? And it takes like 4 hours from Twitter. Like, I don't know. I think we're just gonna close that gap with the way we're headed with decentralization. I think that's just really important.
I agree with that. I actually really appreciate Polymarket and what they've built. Like I think like they took
yeah.
prediction market 0 to 1. Like a lot of people go, oh, you think you're like competing with Polymarket? I'm like, no, motherfucker. Like this is great. Like I love them. Like literally, I'm a fan. Actually, ironically, the man of the year or some shit of the Crypt 2024 was Shane Copeland. I don't know if it's man of the year or it's like founder of the year or some shit. Literally, like the Crypt awarded him. Like, you know, they do a thing at the end of each year or whatever. It's not a big award thing, it's just an article about it. But it's sick. And Shane posted about it. But we own the Crypt. And yet it's integrating Marriott Markets. You know what I mean? And so, you know, it's I think they took it 0 to 1. But I do think that, you know, there's something he says. And that's the narrative they push heavily, right? Which they should be pushing that. Is that they're the media, right? They mostly say that they're the new media, yes, but that they're the source of truth. And while there is some truth to that, I don't think it's fully true, meaning that it's a source of truth, right? Mm-hmm. And another source of truth is you guys. It's me. It's Rug Radio. It's creators. It's what we do. Now, look, you know, Elon loves to call it citizen journalism, right? I don't really like the term, but that's what he calls it, right? So let's call it citizen journalism, right? And so there's that. So that does help because you do find out stuff on X. Like I can't be served news in Canada. So Canada has a block on Google News like most news. And on Instagram, for example, you cannot go on a news site. Like let's go to CNN, Fox, whatever. It says like, we do not serve this in your country. Wow. I'm in Canada, bro.
I actually did not know that.
I did not know
That's
that.
insane.
I posted a screenshot back then. I swear
wild.
to God, real. Like parentheses, like real, bro. And
That's
so
crazy.
And so you go on whatever. Ironically, crypto media is not blocked, but same on Google News, right? Like so sometimes like, when there's shit going on in Montreal, like a protest, or like all streets are closed. It actually happened to me once. I had to go on X and like try and find out what the fuck's going on in my city. You know, it's crazy. Anyways, point being is that there's a source of news. There's also the media, though, despite traditional media trying to attack us all the time, and it's like neojournalism. It's like what the crypto folks are doing. It's the stuff they're covering. So I do think that we bring a different kind of like thing, you know, twist to the prediction market to the table, right? Because we really have the best of all worlds.
Mm-hmm. No, I think that's essential. I did not even know that about Canada. Like that's actually crazy. Because like the good part about the U.S. is like, yeah, the news media sites suck, but at least you can see enough of them across the spectrum where you can kind of get a feel for it, right? Like if you see a CNN headline and then you see a Fox headline about the same thing, like those are two completely ends of the political spectrum. So you can kind of start to place it in the middle, like, okay, I kind of get the picture now. But like, man, if they're just blocked, that's absolutely wild.
Luckily, they're getting bought, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, we could talk about that. Like Elon was maybe going to buy TikTok. Okay, but I'm seeing some backlash on Elon now is that people are starting to point out, like, if Elon was, let's say, someone else, I think there would be a lot of pushback because he's starting to kind of monopolize a lot of things, which I like Elon for now, but he is starting to own, like, a lot of, like, the major world companies. So it's kind of interesting to see, like, should one guy really have or control this much? And I'm starting to see that a lot on crypto Twitter just because, you know, there's so many decentralization maxis. They're like, if Elon bought TikTok, then he'd control Twitter and TikTok. And that would be like, what? That would be like 90% of most media these days, like aside from Instagram and those, but those are more dead. Like Instagram's just regurgitated TikTok at this point. So it'd be really interesting to see how people feel about that. Regardless of how they feel about Elon specifically.
Yeah, I mean, people are always going to hate on. People are always going to hate on success and successful people. Like, guy's going to be a fucking trillionaire. he runs like, you know, this like massive social platform plus like the future of like electric cars. He literally landed a fucking rocket back on Earth, and you know, and all of that while being like a top Diablo player or some shit. I don't even know how that stuff works. I never played that thing, but I know it's hard. So it's tough to hate on that, right?
Bro's just successful, smart, and rich, and that's just like top 3 things to hate.
I mean, like, why would people want to piss him off? Like, he could have been a terrible guy, and then we'd all be fucked. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we should just be lucky that he's good or all right. Like, I don't know. I feel like we're just, I don't know. I think people have been distrustful for so long and have been like hurt so many times by larger entities to where like they just don't believe that sometimes people can be good, or sometimes there is the common good that people will strive for. Like, man, he took such a big fat loss buying Twitter, and still is technically under the water, but he did it just to like help save the direction that social media was going at the time. So it's like, I think we just have to look at it from a bigger picture of the greater good, and I think a lot of times in Western culture we don't usually do that.
Yeah, and it's also kind of nice to talk about these things. I know we usually only talk about like trench stuff, but like it's kind of nice, you know, to actually talk about, I don't know, maybe building, investing. I feel like people, you need to, you know, like take that money they make from trenching, because like even like for me, like right now, I'm like stuck in this weird scenario where I'm like, I've made a decent amount of money in the trenches. Like I feel like, you know, I could probably do something with it. So I'm starting to make plans and really do research and look for big plays and just, I don't know,
you
cool things
start,
going on.
You have to grow with your portfolio, right? And I think that's essential. It's like, yeah, maybe back in the day, scalping for 5K dubs was like really good, but like nowadays, it's not that it's not good. You know, it's not that it's not real money. 5K is a lot, but as far as just like a percentage of your portfolio wise, and as far as like moving the needle, you got to start searching for those like real size conviction plays, among other things. And I think I've been going through that, like trying to switch from that scalper mode, NFT flipper, degen to like more of a, man, I need outsized returns on a few bigger plays is it's a hard move for sure.
My fiance finally admitted to me that like your like perspective on like money now is just like so skewed because of crypto.
Oh, mine is, bro.
And also just, it's not even that. It's also just CT as a whole. Like,
It is.
it's not really healthy, honestly. It's not good. I think we're blessed to be kind of in this situation of like, you know, kind of. I think it's the most, you know, rewarding space. You know, you put on an unlimited amount of time into this, and you'll probably get something out of it. And it's just, it's crazy.
Well, I
crazy,
think I have
crazy
a nice
shit.
perspective just because I am still in college. Like, I think a lot of us are purely on CT, right? Like, you kind of just like go to the gym, and then you're on crypto Twitter all day, or you're trading all day. So it's like you don't have that outside perspective. Whereas like, yeah, I mean, like being in college and then having siblings that don't do crypto or like stuff like that, you just start to get like a perspective on things. Like, man, yesterday I don't know, I was going through and scraping up like all my old wallets because I wanted to delete them from like my Rabian Phantom. I scraped up like 10K, you know, like just from all these dust that I thought was like worth nothing, and like, I don't know, I felt kind of guilty. I'm like, man, I really thought 10K was nothing from scraping all this up. I didn't think it was worth the time for the longest time, and it's like, man, you know, that's like, it's like half a used car. Like, I don't know.
Nope, shit is crazy. But anyways, let's get back to Bro. I was gone for like 10 minutes, so please forgive me if y'all already talked about this. My mother-in-law was calling me. But anyways, did we talk about your interview that you just recently had, Farokh, or no?
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah.
Damn it.
A little bit. But
I just had
We
I had
it, honestly. Like,
What's
we
up?
I had a
love
gl-
it.
Tommy,
I had to glaze that guy, dude, honestly, because honestly, like, I was reading Beanie's tweet the other day. He really made, like, the best, like,
What'd he say?
crypto move I've ever seen in my life. That shit was insane.
We were talking
I-
about
I-
how, like, dude, Farokh was like representing us. Like, it was like your favorite
Dude.
basketball, soccer team, and you're just like rooting for them. You're like, fuck yeah, come on, let's score. And then like, yeah, he was
let's
so
fucking
good,
go.
man.
Bro, that was the largest live Twitter Space audience ever at the time. 2.6
gosh.
million. Yeah, it
That's
was
crazy.
1 point something at a time. Elon was meant to come on.
Holy shit.
Elon was requesting to fucking speak, but we couldn't even see him because there was so many requests. And so I
That's
couldn't let him up.
insane.
And Baron was in an interview on stage, as you guys saw. I spoke to him on the phone right before to help him set up the X and shit and get him on. And that I couldn't get his voice, which was super annoying. It was on us. And then at the same time, we did Donald Trump, Don Jr., and Eric Trump. Like, we did the whole fucking family in one go. You know what I mean? I think people forget that.
Yeah, man,
Dude.
that's like
I
2016 Stephen Curry type performance, like just like 2018
No.
James Harden in the ISO.
Man, I remember, like, honestly, Farokh, like, around the Rug Radio time was probably, like, my most, like, peak listening to you. I remember literally listening every single morning for about a year, like, just because, like, you know, I think we all drank the Kool-Aid on NFTs, which, you know,
Yeah.
it is what it is. You know, that was just such a fun period. And it's just awesome, man, to see how you have grown from, you know, those just morning little hour, I mean, it was an hour and a half talks to just on with Trump, like, just crazy shit, man. Just like, congrats, dude.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. Honestly, it means a lot. Like, that was like, obviously, it's a big moment and it felt really special. So it's, I really, 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 really appreciate like the kind words.
Yeah, and like I'll have so many people like just you're just, you know, people just talk shit just all the time, and it's just like I've honestly seen a more hardworking dude. He stuck around during the bad times, put in a shit ton of work, and you know, you got some great results. So I just think it's well deserved. Just love supporting people that, you know, just actually try for crypto, because I really think, you know, this is like the future, and there's just so many things that can be built on top of crypto. And you know, I kind of think Trump also maybe sees that a little bit. He might just see it in for the money, whatever, but I just think there's just so many things that we can do within crypto in the next couple of years. I'm just really excited to see the growth.
Yeah, I think crypto's greatest problem has always been that we're self-toxic so much. Like, we'll get main characters and like, yeah, some of them are assholes, you know, some of them aren't great, but like, man, we just need to push forward as a space. Like, I'm not about the wag me stuff. Like, that was cringe, you know, Randy Zuckerberg, whatnot, but like, I don't know. I think we shit on people too much, and we just need to uplift each other, because it's like, yeah, I mean, like, dude, you were talking to Trump. Like, we need, like, dude, we need you to win. Like, everyone needs you to win. Doesn't matter. Like, like, we need to make a good impression. So it's like, I think taking that on your shoulders is definitely huge.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
So, Farokh, I'm curious, like, how do you balance the podcast that you do and the different businesses that you're involved with degenning? Like, it's obvious that you're trading in the space, like, you care about it. I mean, for me personally, doing this podcast and speaking with interesting people like you, I think helps us like keep a really solid pulse on the market and also learn from people. But you're doing more than we are, like, business wise. Like, how are you balancing degenning stuff while running all that?
Dude, well, first and foremost, like, I don't do the whole like degen, like, super hardcore trench, like, with all the fucking apps and all that stuff. Like, I'm like, it's funny, ironically, like, in like Q1 2025, this is like boomer trading, but I use Jupiter Index Screener still. So, you know, that's one thing. Like, I ain't on the Bull X, like, crazy supernova, whatever stuff, although I think they're great. That I have no time for. But I am very involved, and part of it is because my job is literally to know everything going on in the space, dude. I'm so grateful. I honestly have the most fun job on earth, even though it's really hard. I promise, like, it's so hard. Like, today was probably like one of the hardest days in my last like 6 months. I'm not gonna lie. And so still pull up, do the thing, have fun with you guys. Just like, it's so hard, right? You do so much. So that takes already like too much time. But the beautiful thing about this job is that my job in the morning is to tell the news. So I can't, you know, give you guys proper insight on the latest, you know, trends or metas or AI or this meme coin or even macros with Mando and Tyler and everything if I don't know everything going on. So I guess that helps, man, you know, and it allows me to make, you know, I think like better trades into, like, I'm literally a student of the game, right? As a living. So that's how I do it, honestly. It's because it's literally part of the job.
Yeah, I've spoken with Mando.
He's the best.
Since the GOAT trade. He holds a lot, and I've gotten a decent relationship with him now, just basically through trading that. I I know that he runs Mando Minutes, and he's spoken about like the RSS feeds and news sources that he leans into. And I mean, it's crazy to see people that have reached a certain level of success in the space and just continue to like relentlessly not just grind for trades, but like you could see that these people are passionate about it. I mean, I love this space. I'm deeply passionate about it. I've never been happier and more driven with anything that I've done. And I've tried a lot of different things in my career, or my career before crypto, but it's cool to see people like that just continue to grind and continue to push.
Yeah, I mean, Mando, I was just talking to him like, a moment ago. He's one of my best friends. He's a good guy. He cares. He's a good trader. Him and Ovi like really cooked, right? With the Bored Ape trade, one of the biggest NFT trades in history, right?
Yeah.
Like quick little, $9 million trade on that shit.
The trade was so crazy.
I just forgot about the Bored Ape dump. Oh my god.
Dude, the 72 apes they sold, dude.
Right, Namachi, right?
Yeah, Tamachi and Blur bits. Shout out to Blur, right? Somebody cooked on Blur. Jeez. Crazy, dude. Before that, they had ApeCoin, right? Airdrop. They held it through that. Then they got it was insane, bro. We were in Paris doing NFT Paris. Okay. So we're already like all together in the same fucking city. It was a bull market NFT Paris. Like bull market conferences, y'all know they're sick. And it's in like the city I'm born in. Like it's just like couldn't get better. Anyways, I get a call in the morning. It's Ovi. He's like, yo, just want you to know we sold the apes. I'm like, yeah, like you're trolling, right? He's like, no, we sold the apes. Check Twitter. I open Twitter and it's like this media brand and they were like breaking, everyone was breaking, like whatever. And it was like, Mando knows I have made like 6,000 ETH or 5,000. I forget what it was. And I was like, holy shit. So that night I made him not only pay for dinner, but I made them pay for the sickest wine there was at that restaurant. Literally, like we're there.
As you should.
We ordered some Santi Kaya and some Tinanellos. And I was like, and by the way, you guys are paying. No shame. No shame. I was like, you're paying. And that was with like seed phrase and fucking bunch of other chads.
Like, I hate when motherfuckers in like TG, bro. It'll be the richest dude, and he'll be like, "Yo, can you give me TG Premium?" I'm like, "Bro, I just saw you make like a mil on a shitcoin. Like, stop doing that."
Yeah, the homies, like these guys are dope, but like so all that to say, like they just cook all the trades. They're good guys and they care, and that's the cool thing about this space. Like you guys talk a lot about that, right? So there's a lot of cool people that are actually like hella successful and do like really well, and they're still out there. Like everyone, dude, we get rugged every day. I kid you not. Like I told you, I don't trench and search, but every CA that's sent like by the boys, like I just buy it. And actually today I got rugged again. But like 2 hours ago, yeah, just
Let's go.
AI grift of the moment, right? It's like, hey, like this is the future of this, and I bought it, and then it was the future of nothing, But it's there's no difference between the Mandos. All I'm trying to say, like between the Mandos or me that's like interviewing Trump, whatever, than like anybody else. It's like everybody's doing the same fucking shit.
I mean, like cabals exist with coins, but like I think I used to be, that young kid that was like, oh man, there's all these cabals and they just hit everything and they, they're making money on every trade. And it's like, as I've grown and gotten into the chats, bro, we're all just the same, man. Like we're all just degenning. Yeah, maybe there's some info here and there on certain stuff, but like otherwise, like, yeah, I'm seeing the same coins you are. I'm buying the same stuff you are. I got the same info you have. Like, so I think it's kind of nice to see that, like, especially as you grow. Like, we're just crypto degens, like, for real. Like there's, like, you can bond with pretty much anyone in the crypto space, and I think that's cool because we all have a common denominator.
Hell yeah.
Well, I mean, anyone that joins crypto, like, no matter what they are now, at one point, they were just the small degen. There might be a few that were just big business people and they moved in, but even then it was just like, you don't know what the fuck you're doing, or you're just buying rugs, gambling. Why not? I say it all the time. It's like there's a few moments you have to have, like these few like rite of passage moments, like nuking yourself on leverage, almost zeroing your portfolio,
deleted discords,
it's just
deleted Twitter accounts.
Everyone has like a rite of passage moment, and it's just like you just gotta deal with it. But anyway,
GG's from the dev.
Yeah, like in 21, I drank the Kool-Aid, WAGMI, NFTs.
Yeah, we all did, bro.
Almost zeroed the port 2022. How to learn. It is what it is.
I round trip like crazy, dude. That's crazy because a lot of people sometimes will be like, yo, like this guy, you sold this and you made so much money. Brother, I round trip like a $7 million all-time high like bag. Of course, that's unrealized. It does not count. You P&L does not count. You know what I mean? But, and, you know, I ended up like a little under 7 figures. And I was like, what the fuck? First cycle, dude. I started crypto in 2021. So I was like, what? You know what I mean? Oh, man.
I think that's a good reminder to everyone here is like, we've had WooPig on. He's talked about it, but like, man, don't let the whole, like, oh, you're a Jeet talk fool you, bro. Like, you should always be selling. Like, a little bit, make it linear, you know, don't make it a binary decision of I'm selling everything, I'm walking away, or I'm holding everything and not ever selling. But like, you know, profits aren't real until they're in the bank. Like, even if they're USDC, even if they're USDT, I joined right before FTX. Like, I've seen some nasty shit and some nasty fallouts. Like, so I think it's just like a reminder, dude, the money's real. And like, you know, if you have life-changing gains, change your life for real. So.
Yeah, the whole UPNL thing, like, I've seen people say, like, oh, my cost basis is, like, nothing, so I'm just going to hold this. But
the money's real. Like, UPNL is...
Dude, the money's real.
Like, you could sell that right now, and that's real money, you know? And I don't think people understand that. Like, yeah, the UPNL itself, when you're not selling, isn't real. Like, it's not real money in that moment, but it's a real number. Like, you could sell and get that number. So I think not enough people understand that for sure. And I've seen a lot of it, like, yeah, it's good to swing for the fences, but, like, I think a lot of people... Which I'll bring back WooPig. Like, man, if you're up 10 mil on some coin, it's like 500 million market cap, and you think it could go to one bill, like, dude, sell half. You still have 5 mil Moonbag. Like, if it goes to where you think it can, target wise, like, let's say it goes to 10 bill. Okay, you just made 50 more million, and you still pulled out 5 mil risk free. Like, that's like a big example, but I don't think enough people just. I think people in crypto view it as too much of a binary thing. I need to be all in. I need to be all out. You know, I need to hold all or I need to sell all. And it's like, and I've been so victim of that before, and it's just hurt me. So
yeah, don't marry your bags, bro. Like, just go outside for a minute. Yeah, that too. But just go outside and realize, like, just how much money you have, like, in the real world. Swear to God, dude. I think people just don't realize that.
Yeah, I think also just like comparison, man. Like, I'll see some posts and it's like, dude, I started with $30 and now I'm at 200K. I know it's not much, you know, compared to you guys, but I'm still trying. I'm like, bro, that is so much money. Like, you know, stop downplaying yourself. Just because you might see a $10 million Fartcoin P&L doesn't mean like your $30 to 200K or $30 to 30K or $30 to 3K isn't like a huge accomplishment. Like, we all started somewhere and like that money's real. And you have to remember, like, the median salary in the U.S. is what, like 40K, like 30K. I forget the exact number. It depends state to state, but like the money we're making here is absurd and obscene, and I think people need to be more grateful for that on a day-to-day basis.
Look at LTR just giving like elite life advice.
Bro,
I love that.
Love that.
I might be 19, but I'm an unk. This
favorite.
This space has made me an unk for real, like, dude. My friends will say to me, like, you seem so old. I'm like, dude, I've been through a lot, okay? Like, I've been through a lot.
If you were here for 21 crypto and you stayed around from 21 to 22, you automatically deserve, like, a you made it badge. Like, if you somehow fumbled staying in 21 to 22 to now, I think you need to just find a different adventure.
I remember when FTX fell, like, the Roe v. Wade discussion in AP Gov. And I just went white face. Everyone's talking to me. It was bad. It was really bad. We were debating Roe v. Wade. It was bad. And I was freaking out, and I couldn't tell anybody. I was like, "What am I gonna tell them? My magic internet money has gone down." Like, but you know, being from that, I remember. I think I only had like 3 ETH to my name at the time, and even still, I was freaking out. So. You know, just be thankful of how far you've come. And I think farokh is a great example of that. Like, Anon, you mentioned, like, dude, I remember being on his spaces when we were all kind of just like small NFT people and we were in our little bubble. And dude, he just chatted with Trump. He's building like, he's building the biggest decentralized media company. Like, so I think like a lot of people overestimate what they can do in like a month and underestimate what they can do in a couple of years. So like, just stick with it for sure.
All right. farokh, let's hear it. What was the top 3 trades that you had last year?
That's a good one.
Yeah, top 3. I mean, for sure, Mog, like, is unbeatable for me.
Mog.
I mean, I got in at ironically at 1.420.
I want to tell a story about this. I was
also gotta tell a story.
In the chat. I was in the Pepe Bros chat.
No way.
When Glebel dropped the CA for Mog at launch. It was sub 100K and I didn't buy. I'm just gonna say that to everyone. Like,
fuck.
You know, I was there.
You gotta believe.
I remember I saw the Bripto Pepe tweet at 30K market cap. Didn't buy that either.
Let's not bring up Pepe, please.
We've all been there, though.
Let's not bring up Pepe.
If you're not fumbling, you're not trying hard enough.
Yeah, that's facts.
I remember, I was once the top holder of Joe Coin, and it was at a time where it had like significantly exceeded the market cap of both MOG and SPX. And at that time, it was like, I would say like the four main coins like in that category, like these are older ETH coins that people were talking about, were like Joe Coin, MOG, SPX, and Smurfcat, right? And I was like, maybe I should like diversify into like at least two of these other three coins. And I just like didn't do it. And now you have like MOG and SPX that have both gone over bill.
Yes,
and
wow.
Joe still hasn't even hit 100 mil.
Yeah.
It'll happen. It'll happen.
It'll happen, dude. You gotta just let it happen.
I've been holding a lot and buying more.
Yeah, it's just gonna happen. MOG was a good one. MOG is still a good one. I'm always gonna have MOG. I'm gonna die
MOG, and like I just love those motherfuckers, dude. Like it's just a good part of CT. Not gonna lie, like
they're great.
It's just some good people. K-Money.
We partner with them a lot.
Yeah,
it's such a good coin.
It is a good coin.
I'm just an idiot.
It's just funny.
I don't know what else to say.
It's good vibes. Like I see those.
Even if you have to buy one token, you want me to buy you one MOG? Like you gotta have one. You gotta let the MOG inside of your wallet.
Buy one MOG for Anon.
Do I need to buy MOG on my trading wallet to be like blessed by the MOG gods? Do I need to
You'll probably get like 100 likes on Twitter. Like we could just say we bought MOG live on Trench Talk and we'll gain followers. Let's go marketing.
It's always like that.
Bought one MOG.
Yeah, it's great. You know what's gonna be my cycle trade though? I'm convinced.
Oh.
Like I'm like really sold on it. It's gonna be Fartcoin.
Yeah, dude. Fartcoin's a wild one. I know someone, not gonna name names. I know someone who bought 2% under 1 mil and held, and he's still holding.
Oh!
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I'm not gonna name who it is, but if you know who you are, my bro, and like, dude, that was insane.
Oh,
and now he just doesn't respond to any DMs. Yeah, he doesn't.
And why would he?
Chats.
Why would
he? He just absolutely fucked off.
He
literally
trade, dude.
8 figures plus on fucking Fartcoin. I love it.
I mean, it just sums crypto up, honestly, dude. Like,
I saw this one quote tweet one time. This is when I understood Fartcoin. It was like the Martin Shkreli tweet about him shorting, and Doug Oshie, shout out Doug Oshie, he quote tweeted it with a Family Guy gif of Peter farting in Lois's face, and I was like, bro, I was just like, okay, I get Fartcoin now. You know, like you guys won, all right? Like that's just funny.
I mean, like something like this, the biggest mooners are just very simple. Like it's nothing like too intricate, complex. You got MOG, you got Pepe, you got Fartcoin. Like it's just like simple little things where it's just like, I don't know. Like a lot of people just like them, I guess. Obviously, I can't really speak too much on it 'cause I don't hold fucking any of them, and I have no clue why they go up. But
I think that's the beautiful part about crypto is you can also be like NRV and like do a ton of research and find like really cool complex AI stuff and still make like a ton of money on that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you can totally be left curve or right curve and make money. You can even be mid curve and make money.
Spots.
You just have to pick your spots and like stick with them. Like I'm not good at trading the absolute left curve stuff. Like I'm just not, and I've accepted that at this point. Like I'll be like, why the fuck is that going up? And like it just goes up, you know? And so I think just being okay with that and just playing to your strengths is like essential. But yeah, you're gonna make it on Fartcoin, Farokh. That's flipping.
Yeah, I think so too, dude.
For sure. I think that's flipping with.
Yeah.
4x from here. Yeah.
Flipping with? It's not.
I meant like that's a starter.
This is like just over $2 billion right now.
I meant
all-time high. Well, all-time high.
All-time high. Okay, that was high because you had the Coinbase candle too, right?
Yeah, I think it'll flip that.
Bro,
honestly.
It was like 4.5.
Yeah, something like that. 5.
I think it's like 5's a good spot right now.
Oh, it did have a crazy candle, didn't it? Yeah, I remember.
I don't feel like those candles absolutely count though. That's like Love Ape, you know? That's like
yeah, you never get to sell up there, dude.
Got to do the daily close or something on that. But yeah, like 4 or 5 bill definitely for Farcoin easily, and then you never know. What Sheep did like 30 bill or something, bro. Like, oh my gosh, looking at last cycle stuff is crazy.
Just wait, bro. You're about to see Trump live in front of the whole world. Just take his
Trump's gonna tweet, and at the end of the tweet will be fucking hyperliquid. He'll be like, America's so great, hyperliquid, and then it'll be like, what the fuck?
That would be insane, dude.
Dude,
I don't see that happening.
God.
it's gonna be like, America needs to lead crypto, hyperliquid, and I'm like, what? Buy hype, I guess.
God. I don't even want to talk about hyperliquid.
What's the third one
claim...
though, Farokh? You mentioned 2. What's the third best one?
Um,
Mog, Fartcoin.
I did really good on Pepe too.
Oh yeah.
And we're so early to everything. I was also good on Swift, but not crazy. I was so early to a lot of those though, and classic. Like you don't hold everything, but the thing is, I did really well, so it's impossible to complain. You know what I mean? But it's like type shit, like where like I had like 1 million WIF coins, 250 billion fucking Pepe, like 250 billion Pepe, and like 2 trillion Mog type shit.
Yeah.
So it's like this type play that could have been like 20 mil. Obviously, it's not, right? And coulda, woulda, shoulda, right?
What's your thoughts on all the AI agent stuff? I'd be curious to hear your opinion as a builder yourself. Like, I know you're not in the AI space really, but obviously, like, it's the predominant narrative right now. So I was curious to your thoughts on it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not in the AI space, but Myriad actually has a lot of AI to it. Like, our devs, like, we have a 15% dev shop, right? Like, we build our own technology. Everything's in house. So, like, dude, like, it's all owned. Like, we acquired the company, low key, that like that was building prediction market with us, right? So, like, we have a lot of AI components. Like the prediction market, for example, our Chrome extension, which has over 20,000 users right now for Myriad, allows you to place predictions on any single platform you want. Like I could be watching your podcast on YouTube and earn points, collect points on YouTube without leaving the platform for listening to this.
Interesting.
And I was going to say, so, and then we serve your prediction market on YouTube or on the website, any website you want at some point. Like we just need to enable them for us just on Decrypt. But basically the AI is able to like not only serve you a market that's relevant to what you're reading or listening to, but also to what the better markets with the better volumes, right? And so that's pretty cool. So now with Abstract, of course, they have like Eliza OS and ARC partnerships, etc. And Saigar is like really interested in this. And me personally, I'm really like, I love it. I'm fascinated by it. And also Logs, like our CEO and my co-founder, he really loves it. So our goal is to involve AI agents within prediction markets because it just makes sense. Like we just talked earlier about how cool it was that, like you guys all even said it yourself, it's cool that Myriad's on chain, right? Well, prediction markets on chain with AI agents just makes sense. Now what form is it going to take? I have no fucking clue. I'm going to let the developers figure that out. But, for me, I'm just there telling people, all right, we got to focus on this. We got to try and get AI. So I'm going to hire someone, actually. I'm looking for it already that's going to just focus on that. So that's our take, man. Like prediction market, like imagine like, I don't know, like using a copy trading bot to like, I don't know, using AI, whatever, like to trade for you, or like an agent that's going to trade against you or with you, or like there's so much stuff you can do. Like it's pretty cool.
I agree. I'll have to download that Chrome extension. You'll have to link.
Yeah, you should. It's cool. I mean, if you're down, right? Like, I don't like pushing Chrome extensions on crypto people because I know like how we are with it. Not gonna lie, I didn't even download my own fucking extension until like it was like really done.
I'm horrible with extensions. I'll be downloading like all the student shit, like Better Canvas. Yeah, download that. So I'm gonna get drained at some point, but it's all right. It's all right.
So our extension is like, it's cool. It's like MetaMask type thing or Phantom, right? Like you open it, you collect your points, and then you go on Decrypt.co.
I like
and then
points.
I mean, I think you guys should be placing predictions on Myriad and getting your points.
I'm gonna be gambling on Trench Talk and then do insider trading and just say what I want to say and then make money off of it.
Absolute movie cinema.
Yeah, I'll be like, is LTR gonna say this word? And then I'll just put like the huge over on.
Well, you can't create your own prediction, okay?
Fuck.
It doesn't work like that. You can't.
Shit.
Not yet, at least, right? It's not in the. It doesn't work like that, guys. But one day, we're gonna have enable like creators. Like obviously, we're gonna test it first with me, and then Mando, and then OSF. Like those guys right there, and then hopefully get to more people per ecosystem. But like, what if like there could be like predictions, placed around that I create, right? Something that I want to know, like, hey, like, I don't know, let's say you and I go head for head, like the whiff thing. Let's use the whiff example because you named it. It's like, oh, you said whiff, a farokh coin is going to pass the all-time high market cap of whiff at some point. We could go ahead, create a prediction together, push the fuck out of that prediction, therefore bring volume to it and get, something, a reward back for pushing this market because, it's going to be USDC markets, like real money markets soon, as soon as we launch an abstract, like on Poly. So this is a good way also for the creator individually to get something.
Yeah, I think that's really cool.
It's deep.
I'm excited to see it, bro.
Lore goes deep.
Lore.
Yeah, no, we'll definitely be looking out for it for sure. But anyways, I think we're gonna wrap it up here soon. Mr. Na needs to eat because he is very hungry. But
angry.
I am a hangry mouse. But hey, farokh, man, thank you so much for coming on today. We really appreciate it.
Dude, anytime. Honestly, thank you guys for having me. Honestly, this was very needed. This was a blast. Thank you guys.
Yeah, dude.
Love
Thank you
it.
so much.
Thank you, man.
Love it, man. Well, thank y'all so much for listening. Peace.